Hello, fellow juggalos, and welcome to my review of NXT Takeover In Your House 1. Show opens up with Code Orange performing a song from their latest record, Underneath, which is a light 9 to a strong 10. I don't care what Fantano says, he is wrong. So the first match of the night is a 6-woman tag. It's Mia Yim, Tegan Knox, and Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae, Raquel Gonzalez, and Dakota Kai. Shotzi Blackheart has like a really cool entrance. She comes out, I think, in like a miniature tank, which I think is a reference to Tank Girl. I'm not really sure. Yim and LeRae start off, but LeRae quickly tags in Gonzalez. Yim is overpowered and tags in Knox. And we just have some really fast-paced battling. Because I'm going to say this already, this match was, like, way better than I expected it to be. I feel like the NXT women's division, especially, like, the faces, are a bit, like, weak with, like, in-ring stuff. And it's just a really fast-paced, back-and-forth match. Towards the end, LeRae and Yim battle into the garage of, like, the house set, which, thank God, we had. I know a lot of people were really hoping for that house set, and we got it. They battle into, like, the garage of it, and Tegan Knox is able to hit the shiniest wizard on Dakota Kai to get the W. I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5. I think the faces definitely needed a win in NXT. I think the women's division is very booked for the heels to constantly, win. Which, at least I think the best talent, like, in the women's division are heels currently, but I do think they definitely need to win to keep the division competitive. So, yeah, I'm going to give that match a 3 out of 5. We get a hype package for our next match, which is Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, and they just sort of talk about how they are old, but they are older than the other person. It's really weird. Because if you know anything about this match, it really didn't have any storyline. Damian Priest just sort of attacked Finn Balor out of nowhere, and they just kind of have to throw together some weird thing about them talking about how old they are or something. Balor comes out, he drop kicks, does that shotgun drop kick to Damian Priest before the bell rings. Damian Priest attacks with the steel steps, but Finn runs up them, but is caught by Priest and gets a backbreaker on the apron, which looked pretty devastating. We get Damian Priest locks in some classic rest holds in the ring, but a flying forearm turns around the match for Balor. They exchange strikes, and they're stiff as hell. Just sort of what you'd expect from these guys. Priest gets a choke slam that is countered with a roll up that was a really cool spot. They battle on the apron again. Priest deals out a razor's edge to the apron, which looks like really bad. There's a lot of apron and like outside the ring bumps in this that are just devastating. Balor's able to attempt the coup de grace, but it's caught with a choke slam, an avalanche choke slam, which was pretty cool. And then Damian Priest tries to, so he left the steel steps on the outside of the ring. He tries to like do a razor's edge from the apron to the steel steps, but Balor like slides out and to the outside of the ring and like knocks him onto them, and it was a sickening bump. Like my disc herniated. I lost my smile. I needed to call Shaq for some icy hot patches. Damian Priest snapped his back. It was bad. Balor capitalizes with a coup de grace to the back of Damian Priest and then a regular one, and that is the pin. Just great match. Once again, another match that was way better than I thought it would be. These two killed each other. They were doing insane strikes. Damian Priest was doing 360 fighting game moves. Balor was just being Finn Balor at his best. yeah, they basically turned rags to riches. This match had no storyline, no build, and they made it have this match have a story and have a cool ending and climax. Great match. So I'm gonna give this match a decent 4 out of 5. Yeah, so I think that this is one of the best matches of the night for sure. Alright, next match is the North American title match. It's Keith Lee, the champion, versus Johnny Gargano. And I'm kind of worried about Johnny, man. His entrance, he just walked out of the house like I think he might live there. I knew wrestlers were struggling during this time, but oh god, guys, please buy some Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae merch. Support We the Independent. This has gone too far. Anyway, as Johnny Gargano comes out, he drops the key that he stabbed Keith Lee in the eye with into his ring gear that I guess no ref thought it was good, thought that was grounds to disqualify him. He very obviously drops this foreign object into his pants, and he makes a big show out of it, and the ref is well, whatever. And then Keith Lee comes out. He's repping Black Lives Matter on his gear. And basically, beginning of the match, Johnny just can't, get anything. He gets, getting thrown around. He goes for some takedowns and stuff. Just can't get it. He rolls out of the ring. But Keith Lee sort of, starts chasing him. Gargano, he's able to, sort of chop down Lee, working the injured hand and eye of Lee, and it actually gets pretty gross during this match. It's getting Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell a couple years ago. There's a lot of cerebral wrestling, which is just WWE code for boring stuff. Gargano locks in an armbar a few times, but it's countered into a power bomb. But he then counters that into a roll up. He basically does a tope into a tornado DDT, which I found to be pretty impressive. I haven't seen him do that before. He just sort of beats Keith Lee up the ramp. He tries to escape through the house set, but the camera angle on that is really interesting. The door has a camera in it, almost there's a ring on that, a ring doorbell, and then you just see Keith Lee slowly coming up behind him. It's pretty it's pretty hilarious. And yeah, Candice LeRae comes out. He tries to interfere, but Mia Yim sort of takes her out. This allows Johnny to use the key that he has just in his pants. Which, by the way, I just want to give Johnny some credit that he wrestled this match with that key in his pants. There's Johnny Takeover, Johnny wrestling, and now it's Johnny getting his balls mutilated with a key. Yeah, he digs the key into his eye. There's a near fall, but then Keith Lee is able to hit a spirit bomb and then transitions it seamlessly into a Big Bang Catastrophe for the pin. This match was not structured how I thought it was gonna be. This is not a very fast-paced match at all. It's mostly just Johnny sticking his fingers in Keith Lee's eyes. It's not super exciting. The structure was not great. I feel like this match did not live up to a lot of fans' expectations, but still I think it had redeemable moments. There were some cool spots, especially the one with the cool camera angle and editing and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a 3.75 out of 5. So the next match is Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole in a backlot brawl. If Dream loses, he can never challenge for the title again while Cole is champion. And so I guess pretty interesting match. This is another one of those cinematic type matches, Boneyard, like the Boneyard and the Firehouse match. So Firefly Funhouse match. So Adam Cole, he pulls up in like a Undisputed Era custom truck. It's pretty cool. But Dream comes up from behind him with a Lambo, just completely outshines that truck. The ref gives them the speech about how I'm just here to officiate, anything goes, and then he proceeds to literally follow them everywhere and tell them to get in the ring the entire match, which is just like, come on, dude, you gave this whole annoying speech and you're about how anything can go, anything goes, and then he just tries to get them back in the ring. It's dumb as hell. Basically, Adam Cole is refuses to get out of his truck because Dream has a baseball bat and he forces Dream to put it down before he gets in the ring. They just start brawling right away. Adam tries to leave, just get out of there in a car. And then at one point, while they're brawling, an Uber pulls up and is like, "Is anyone call for an Uber?" And the ref's just like, "Yeah, can you go away?" And they try to fight over the Uber for a second, which I guess is pretty hilarious. Also, a big facet of this match I should mention is that they had this one I don't know what model. I don't know anything about cars. This one old white car that is the center of all of the big spots in the match. It's they're trying to get their money's worth out of destroying this car, but there's tons of cars surrounding the ring. This is the only one they use. Adam Cole hides in one of the buildings surrounding the ring. Dream tries to chase him but gets sprayed with a fire extinguisher. Dream connects with a few super kicks. They start fighting on a ladder, and Cole's pushed onto the recurring dodge and slices open his arm. It's actually pretty gross. He sells it really well though. And then the Undisputed Era shows up, and they just start throwing all the chairs and shit into the ring, ECW style. And then while I think Bobby Fish is trying to grab a chair, Dexter Loomis shows up, all creepy, from under the ring, and shoves Fish and Strong into, some white car, and just goes off. And, I expected one of the wrestlers to be shoving tiny people into a white car, but I didn't expect it to be Dexter Loomis in this match, am I right? Dream hits the elbow drop, and he just talks some trash, but gets a low blow and a Panama Sunrise onto the pile of chairs, to end the match for Cole wins. This match was bad. It was edited like shit. I can imagine Kevin Dunn in him editing this, his giant teeth eating into his lip as he screams at his poor subordinates, "Cut! Cut! Zoom!" threatening to devour them and their family with his massive wood chipper mouth. It's editing it's edited badly, but then also because all of the car headlights are on, it's just super disorienting and you can't really see and you're just dizzy the entire time. At least that was the effect it had on me. The match wasn't amazing either. I don't know why Cole won. Dream winning, I understand the scandal, they don't want to put the belt on Dream, but honestly, I thought Keith Lee would drop the belt, Velveteen Dream would win, and then Lee would get the belt really soon. But now there's so many doors that have been closed. I don't really know who the next challenger will be unless they just have Karrion Kross just be the next challenger. It's just kind of confusing. Wasn't booked well. Also, Beth Phoenix's commentary on the show, especially in this match, is awful. It is the most vapid, airheaded crap. It's just God. And also, Mauro Ranallo gets a little bit too screamy and referencey. He just starts screaming references. Todd Phillips will, like, open his mouth, and then he'll like, make some reference to, like, Japanese martial arts. It's like, this match was a 2.75 out of 5. My opinion, worst match of the night. Yeah, yikes. We then get some quality entertainment from the best part of the show, Todd Pettingill. He starts talking about AOL and 1-900 numbers, which is respect, man. I've almost wanted to end this review now, dude. Like, this pay-per-view is a Todd Pettingill out of 5. Like, just fantastic. We get a clip of Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H messing with some old computer. They cut, though, but presumably before Road Dogg starts butchering some sort of classic country hit. Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music's the computer, and Triple H pulls his golden shovel out of his ass and destroys what's left. Next match on the card is Tommaso Ciampa versus Killer Kross. Kross has a really cool entrance. Scarlett Bordeaux, like, sort of sings or lip syncs his theme song. Kross absorbs Ciampa's, like, early offense, but he's able to get the Widow's Bell and hit a big boot. Kross throws Ciampa, like, neck first into the apron. Like, that was like a Japan bump right there, man. And he then receives a whole bunch of exploder suplexes from Kross. Kross turns a fairy tale ending into a huge, like, giant F5, gets the Kross jacket, and for the win. Just a fast-paced match. I really like this. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was really fast-paced, shortest match on the card, but it had a lot of action, was booked well, wasn't a squash, but it made Killer Kross look great. Just next level. After that, we see Robert Green standing behind Code Orange, stroking, like, the big NXT logo at Full Sail, presumably as chants of "woo, woo, woo, you know it," permanently just permeating around his brain. It's just hilarious. Okay, we've made it to the main event. Early on, Charlotte just rolls out of the ring, is like, I'll 1v1 the winner of Ripley and Io. That doesn't work out. She's forced to get involved again. She hits them with some, like, classic Flair strikes. Ripley tries for a cannonball but misses it, and it's she almost landed on her, like, neck. Io gets some flying moves in. Charlotte, Io counters a Riptide and gets Charlotte in, like, a Hurricane Rana type crossface. Io kicks out of the natural selection, but is locked in the figure 8. But Charlotte is taken out of the ring by Ripley. Charlotte puts Shirai through, like, the in your house set window, and we get that, like, static effect they do, like, whenever somebody hits, like, the ring post on Raw or SmackDown with, like, a chair. Ripley and Charlotte begin to exchange strikes near the set. Io Shirai, like, scales the house set and jumps on them, which was pretty insane. Charlotte beats down the other two women, though, with kendo sticks. She spears Ripley, secures the figure 8 again, but Shirai hits a moonsault, like, right on Ripley's face. Like, I think that could have caused some, like, permanent disfigurement. Like, you could hear her face just collapse within itself. And she pins and wins. We get, like, a traditional, like, the Japanese wrestling tradition of, like, streamers falling down, and it was just a really meaningful moment. Pay-per-view fades to black. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. My final thoughts for this event are, I think this was, like, one of the only, like, okay takeovers. I feel like there were some pretty big blunders, but I feel like, the current circumstances, I just feel like this was a good show. Not maybe an all-time great takeover, but definitely it was up there. My favorite matches were Ciampa versus Cross and the main event, and my least favorite by far was Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole. I hope you all have a good day. Like and subscribe if you want.